Hey guys, it's Rusty Day back again. Sorry I've been real inconsistent with my videos. Hopefully I'll be a little more consistent timing wise because things are finally settling down at work. So I can finally, start getting to things. Like I've had a few of these things for basically since I made the last video. There was a sale, excuse me, at Princess Auto, and that's where I got most of this. So here, why don't we start out with things that aren't Princess Auto. This Pick Quick, I got another one. This is from Walmart again, of all places. This is a little 7-piece, again made in Canada. It's magnetic. Their little bits are inch long. And you see that you take this bit out, you push it up through the back, and it pops out. And I got this one because it has some Torx. Has 3 Torx in there, and I'm like, well, I need those quite often, so this will be basically a dedicated Torx driver. That's the only thing I'm really going to use it for, because I have other precision screwdrivers for smaller stuff. So yeah, that was like $5-6, so I figured why not. I got it in orange. Anyway, that was the only thing. Oh, no. This guy also, this was from Canadian Tire. You got the Knipex. These are the extra small 4-inch Cobra, world's smallest water pump pliers. These, there's no adjustment button. It's one-hand operation, just like the other small set that they make. So you just tighten it up on whatever, you push down and it'll just grab. And this is my first set of Cobras. I used them for a couple of things already, and they did not disappoint. So I'm really excited to use this. And like I said last time, there you go, made in Germany. I love the knurling on these Knipex. And there's like no play in the head. These things are amazing. So I know they'll come in handy, and it's just a matter of time before I start adding to my collection now that I've actually had and used some Knipex. So now, without further ado, all the Princess Auto items. They had a big sale. They were open at 7, which I'm never gonna make it there by 7. Usually I start working about 8:30. Anyway, I had to go down to pick up a grinder that was being warrantied anyway. So I stopped in, I got a few things, and then by that time it was like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, hey, you guys don't happen to have any of those signs? Because they said, oh, a sign with, you buy anything, you can get a free sign. And they said, oh, yeah, we still got some. People have to ask for them. So they still had a lot left because people didn't know. So I got a free little sign. Cool little Winter's Buyer Guide, 1970, Princess Auto and Machinery. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this I'm most excited about. This is a Proto 1/4-inch torque wrench, and this guy is Bluetooth connected to your phone. I haven't downloaded the app yet, but even without the app I can at least use it, now that it's connected to my phone. But anyway, I can't wait to use that. I don't really need it for anything yet, and you can remove the head and buy the 3/8 and also use that. This goes up to, says it here, up to 22 foot-pounds, 22.1 foot-pounds. So eventually I'm gonna have to rebuild. Well, I'm gonna buy a new engine for my Cobalt because this engine's on its way out. I was gonna replace the camshaft position sensors, and there was a bunch of metal shavings in there, so I know the top of the engine, metal, that isn't good. So it's running its the course of its life right now. I'm gonna buy a new one, well, use $600, and then I'm gonna rebuild it with whatever I want. Basically, I'm gonna make my own Cobalt engine to go in there. I'm undecided if I want a turbo or if I want to go with the supercharged one, but we'll see. I might just go naturally aspirated, and then just, it's still gonna be my daily driver, so I don't want to go too crazy with it, but that's way down the line anyway. Hopefully, I'm hoping this engine will last another year. After a few flushes, and then the timing was done, now it's working much better. I think it was a bolt that the timing chain caught that kind of ripped up a little bit. I've seen it happen before. I didn't take it apart far enough to actually, you know, see if that was the issue, but anyway, you know, that's what's done is done, and it's running fine now. So hopefully it'll run the course of its, you know, its life and give me another year or so out of the engine before I gotta replace it. And then I got this guy. They had regular pen lights and UV pen lights, and I accidentally grabbed the UV one. I meant to grab a regular one, but it was like $4.99, so I'll keep it. Why not? You know, never know when you're gonna need one. This guy was actually $199, but because somebody somehow had busted the case or something, it was sitting there without the case. This was like wrapped around it, rubber band and taped. So I got it for $150. So I think that was a hell of a steal. Then I got some emery cloth, nothing special there. These guys, I actually needed them the day before I bought them. This guy had a Jeep and he wanted to take the hinges off because they had these little built-in steps that come down so you can access the roof easier. He wanted to take them off. He tried to take them off. He rounded out the hexes, and this is for extracting your hex, your rounded off hex stuff. This is the X-Trax by PT Performance Tools hex bit extractor set. Some of them are 1/4 inch, some of them are 3/8. And it shows you how they work here. You can use them like a regular hex, but then you tilt it and those teeth bite. If you look, see, they got teeth. They're kind of like oblong teeth. It's not like a straight pattern. So I haven't had a chance to use these yet. Haven't had a reason, so can't wait on that. And then lastly, I got this little T-bar handle. And I wasn't gonna get it, and then I was like, oh hey, that rotates, so why would that rotate? Look at that. That's your little party, your party gift. Look at that. And you can use it like a quick spinner handle. I thought that was pretty cool, so I figured why not. I like unusual stuff. And then if you're wrenching on something, trying to break it loose, put the collar up here, it locks in place. That way it protects that joint, because that joint is not that strong. But lifetime warranty, because it's Power Fist from Princess Auto, so I don't have to worry about busting it. And I know I have a few other things in here that I bought that I can't remember because I made this video twice already, and there's probably some other stuff in here. I'm getting a little bit more organized. You can see I was eating this yesterday and I had to run home pretty quick, but I'm getting a little better organized. So hopefully soon I'll be doing one of these. See, I got my screwdrivers, some of my wrenches. I need another rack. Like I said, all my bodywork stuff is down there. So these are more automotive wrenches and stuff. Well, stuff that doesn't get used bodywork wise. Like you can even see exhaust hanger pliers. That's really, I gotta organize a few of these drawers. My wrenches are starting to get there. This is where this torque wrench is gonna go. This is your little charging station. I gotta plug that in somewhere. It charges via mini USB or micro. The one before C, so I think it's micro USB. Like I said, I'm excited to use this. I love this knurling. We're gonna just play around with that all day. But anyway, like I said, I'm getting there. Hopefully we'll have a tour next week, but I'm not making any promises because, well, we're pretty busy here. That was me over there yesterday. That's me too, and then this is me today doing some framework on this 4Runner that needs to be out of here by the end of the day because I'm not in tomorrow. So anyway, you know, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. I'm gonna start my tour here very soon. Like I said, hopefully next week. I'll start with my ratchet drawer. That's actually where that guy goes. I was gonna organize these with some toolbox widgets, but I got the I want to say the wrench ones, or maybe the screwdriver ones. I can't remember. Whichever ones are wider, and they weren't quite wide enough for a lot of the ratchets. So I need to get the pliers toolbox widget. But my Snap-on guy, he's been having issues. He actually hasn't been here the last 3 weeks. He just stopped by in his regular truck just to, you know, collect his payments, because he had a hub go out and he's had brake issues, and he's had to order the hub 3 different times. So hopefully 3rd time's the charm and he gets proper hub this time, because there's a few things that I've needed off of the truck that I've had to make do without. And then I've been using this guy. This was going to be my home grinder, but I need to buy a trigger for my Milwaukee because it broke off. So I've been using this one, and this has not disappointed. It's just a little 4.5-inch angle grinder from Ryobi that was probably made in early 2000s. I gotta look for a date. I can't remember. Got it at a yard sale. It's brand new. And then the shop grinders are pieces of junk, really. They're from Princess Auto. They last if you treat them right, but we got one guy that's always dropping them on the ground and breaking them. So I keep this here and I just use it. I haven't had any issues with it bogging down or anything, and it's just a little Ryobi grinder. I've been doing exhaust work with it. I've been whatever I gotta do, hacking up all sorts of stuff, and it's been working great. So I'm very happy with that. But I'll get that Milwaukee trigger soon, and that guy will be going home. He'll be getting cleaned up, and it's more of like a museum piece. Like, that box was in great shape when I brought it here, but it's pretty beat up now. But the grinder still looks great and still works great. So anyway, like I said, hoping to get organized soon. Got my sockets more or less starting to take shape. I'm still waiting on a few replacement sockets from Snap-on there. Got to get a few new rails. I got stuff like this I got to get rid of. Stuff like that I got to put on a rail because it just has that cheap one. And then this is what I'm going to work on filling out next. Got the foam from my co-worker because he didn't like the foam. But now I got a foam with no sockets. So I need sockets to fill out my foam. So that's going to be my next purchases. Anyway, like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.